Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow. Cross stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Monday, February 9th. Happy Monday, y'all. Happy Super Bowl hangover day. I don't know. I don't watch the Super Bowl.
Why isn't the Super Bowl on a Saturday?
Well, because football is traditionally played, like professional football is traditionally played on a Sunday. But, you know, if they didn't spend all day talking and then start the game at like 6 something at night and drag it on to infinity, people wouldn't be so tired. But anyway.
I think it's more the fact that people probably consumed enough alcohol, because if their team won, they celebrated. If their team lost, they mourned. Mm-hmm. Either way, there are several kegs less in that house.
Well, yes, this is true.
I know this because I used to deliver pizzas. And oh my God, the things you would deliver pizzas to.
Right? Day 3 of the Olympics, I think. Yes, we're on day 3. The opening ceremonies were Friday. My hair's funky. Anyways, the opening ceremonies were Friday. Day 3 of the Winter Olympics. I'm more excited about that than the Stupid Bowl.
The Stupid Bowl?
Well, you know.
I'm sorry, when I hear Super Bowl, I think of Shaggy. Either way you review Shaggy. Either a Super Bowl of food or a Super Bowl of I can't say YouTube.
True story. Currently, girls are up 2-0 in their group play match versus Switzerland. Our group play match is really...
In hockey.
In hockey.
Gotta preface the sport.
Is there any other sports than hockey? No. In hockey, our group play technically doesn't matter because all of the teams in our group get quarterfinal positions. And really it's going to come down to Canada, USA for both men's and women's gold and silver.
It's almost like the NHL is a very good organization.
Well, so this is the first time in 12 years the NHL is actually going to have players in the Olympics.
Well, that explains a few things.
However, there are players from all over European countries that have gone to the Olympics. This is not just Canada, USA NHL players. There's NHL players from Latvia, from Sweden, from Czech Republic, from there's a couple other ones, but anyways. So
yeah, no, I will say, and this has always been my opinion, Canada has probably the best shot in hockey just because it's in Canada, hockey is life.
Well, yes. And in all truthful honesty, if you go back to the 1980 Olympics, the Miracle on Ice really kickstarted hockey in the U.S. to be the sport that it is. So, we have that to think.
But anyway, when we beat the Russians.
That is when we beat the Russians, and we were a long shot to beat the... Like a long shot to beat the Russians.
Does that have anything to do with the Philadelphia team, or is that something else I'm thinking of?
The Broad Street Bullies? No, I don't think
they
so.
Did play the Russians, and the Russians ran?
I don't know that the NHL was playing in the Olympics at that point. There's been...
I think that was an exhibition game I'm thinking of.
I think so. The NHL and the players in the Olympics has been kind of a back and forth sort of thing. This is the first time in 12 years NHL has been in the Olympics. And it does have a lot to do with player safety. There are definitely been some Olympics where it's been questionable, and this one was one of. This one actually has been one of them where player safety was questionable on the ice. Plus, you have all those contract things, and
yeah. And just in case you don't know, I'm going to brag about my hometown. The Broad Street Bullies was the team the Flyers, the Philadelphia Flyers made that were so bad they changed the rules in hockey.
They fought so much.
Oh,
That's why they were called the Broad Street Bullies.
They won because they pulverized the other team and actually planned for their players to be in the penalty box. And it got so bad they had to increase the penalties by a lot because they kept beating the crap out of people. So it was 1 year where they were allowed to roam free, and then they just got mercilessly, heavily enforced new rules because they did so much damage.
Well, anyways, so that's going to be my 2 weeks, is the next 2 weeks of hockey. Men's hockey tournament starts Thursday. Group play starts, I can't remember if it's group play or exhibition match. That is Thursday versus Latvia. I think it's a group play match. And I think it's Thursday. Yes, it's Thursday. Anyways. Squirrel.
Hun, if we renamed our channel The Squirrel's Nest, the only problem we would have is copyright problems.
True story. So, Lake Erie was over 95% covered in ice. Yesterday, at some point, a crack has formed in the ice coverage from Ontario, and it kind of goes sideways, like Ontario, somewhere up in Ontario, and it kind of goes diagonal towards Cleveland. I think it's just Ashtabula, Cleveland area. The weather jokes with the squirrel from Ice Age have been on point today on the internet.
Want to know the irony? My coworker was telling me how he was actually watching satellite imagery of that as it was happening.
I actually haven't seen the satellite imagery of it happening. I'm going to have to go find that. I've seen the satellite pictures.
Well, no, he was watching the imagery as it was getting bigger. He wasn't like live shotting it, but you could see the different pictures as it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
One of the TV personalities that is on the evening program on the Weather Channel is actually from Northeast Ohio, so kind of that's what kicked it off, and then of course, or that's what kicked off me looking, and then of course, yep.
And all of this was brought to you in part by wind.
Wind.
Anybody ever tells you that the wind is not dangerous, have them go stand outside with an E5 tornado.
Yes. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand is Great Lakes ice is very different than other lake ice. Because the Great Lakes are vastly different than like your other lakes in
sheer scale
areas where winter where they freeze. And people don't realize that. Okay, because it's never a complete freeze. And so you're always going to have that shifting wind, which is going to cause problems.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, because also there's a little thing that nobody ever realized, which is ice can form a sheet that can stand out, but at a certain point, I don't care how thick the ice is, it's not going to maintain strength when it's larger than most countries.
Right. All right. Well, why don't we shout out our commenters?
Okay, thank you for commenting. And Bridget, Teresa.
And happy belated birthday, Teresa. Apparently, Teresa's birthday was on the 3rd.
Happy birthday! I really should get a little sign that says earphone warning.
That would be hilarious. I'm going to have to make you a sign. Alright. You do not have any whips?
No, I was playing Minecraft, and I'm actually getting to the point where it's like, yeah, I might actually, we'll go into plans.
Okay, well, I don't have a whole lot of whips because my Stitchy Bug has apparently gone on vacation without me. I just hope it's not in someplace tropical because I'm going to be salty.
I already know where your bug is. Key West.
I'm sure it is. I would like to be in Caribbean. Somewhere where it's warm.
I don't want a passport. As farthest south you're going to get me is Key West.
I think Puerto Rico is actually not farther south than Key West. There are some U.S. territories in the Caribbean that I think might be farther south than Key West, but I'm not entirely certain. Anyways, moving along. I would want to be somewhere. I want to be somewhere warm. How about that? Because I do not like the cold. Tomorrow it is going to be above 32 degrees, and it will be the first time in 18 days that we have been above the freezing mark.
Only 18?
Which is not the record.
It felt like 2 months.
I'm pretty sure that if you're old enough, you could probably guess what the record is for below freezing days in a row. Guess below. I'll tell you next week if you're right. I think it was like 12 days where we were in single digits or lower. Yeah, it was miserable. It's been miserable. Okay.
I need to get new attire for doing I do help with the food pantry, and it's been determined that I need to look up getting winter pants, because that was the first time in my life I've actually been so cold I have to go inside.
Yeah.
In my life, I might add. I run hot. I'm normally fine. I was walking around and my inner thighs were frozen. No.
Okay. I just got a pain in my foot. Sorry. So, I did not do my Sal prompt last week. Like I said, my stitchy bug has gone off on vacation.
I might be able to help with that this week.
I think there was at least one day last week where I didn't stitch at all, and that was Monday. It was weird. I would like to say I did something fun. Like, I did work on cards. So Monday last week I did have card class up at Danbury. So I did craft. I have worked on cards for Valentine's Day. I don't know, my stitchy bug is... Anyways. So I pulled out the Pirate for Year of the Horse prompts. I don't remember what prompts exactly I stitched this for. But I did 1,089 stitches on this. It's all in the Pirate snow. It's all in the snowman.
Do you want to move the needle minder, or is that not in the way?
No, it's not in the way. Because it's all down here.
Oh, he even has a jacket. One of the prompts was clothes.
Well, yes. That's why you picked him.
Mm-hmm. Well, that and also he looks awesome.
This too. All of this. So I have a little bit. I have a little bit of here to finish, and then there's some like back here. His sword, the flag that he's holding, and some doodads like this around here to finish him. Don't know when he's going to be finished. I suspect he may be finished this year.
Oh, I can make that happen.
I suspect he will be a 2026 finish. Because at this point, he will... At this junction, he is a contender for December Dash. Yes, I realize it is only for February, but at this junction he would be a contender for December Dash. So he will get done this year. And then I pulled out my Olympics piece. One of my Olympics pieces. Glory in the Morning by Crosswing Collection. And I got 500 and 39 stitches on this. Finished this leaf up and started this leaf down here. And I'm just working one leaf at a time.
That good?
Yes.
There we go.
Everything on this is backstitched, so at some point I'm going to have to do some backstitching, but yeah. That's future Laura problems.
Future Laura's going to get very mad at past Laura.
Past Laura was looking at it, trying to determine, like, where the best place is to do some of the back stitching. Because, like, this leaf here is done. If you look, this leaf here is done, so I could back stitch it a little bit. There's going to be some spaces where I can do some back stitching. Yes, dear.
Can I make a suggestion? When this are done, like around, everything that comes close to the leaf is done, then back stitch the leaf.
Pretty much what I was going to do.
That's my that there is my thoughts and my opinions.
And that was my stitching for the week. Valentine's Day cards I made. I mailed 3 of them out. 2 to my nieces, 1 to my MNG Secret Stitcher. One of them is for Joe for Valentine's Day, and the other one's actually a birthday card for my mother, whose birthday is on Valentine's Day. So you don't get to see them.
Oh, that reminds me. How do I get a good card for a woman who makes cards? That's not fair. But I do have to go get a card. I don't want to... I know when I was planning on getting the card, I hope they have cards when I go up there, though.
Okay.
Otherwise, I am literally getting out a marker.
Which would be just as cute.
You know what? Guess what we're doing tomorrow after work?
Oh boy.
You're gonna help me find some of your card stock and then leave me alone.
Okay. Oh, and Tuesday afternoon of last week I had library stitching. However, library stitching wasn't stitching. It was teaching the librarian that's in charge of the Cricut up there how to use the Cricut, which was kind of entertaining. But yes, dear?
I have my PSA that I like to do every year.
What?
Ladies, do this around your husband, especially if he's dense. Dear, you might want to cover your ears. Valentine's Day is Friday, guys. Get to the store, get chocolates, survive.
Okay, then. Are you
Yep,
done?
that's it.
All right.
That was just me being nice to guys who, like, forget. And maybe if they hear that, they'll go, oh, crap, and run off to the store. Comment below if you do that and your husband, like, gets his car and goes somewhere. Please, I would love that story.
Okay. Well, so I do have some haul because I remembered to bring down the little cross-stitch kits that I bought from Hobby Lobby a couple weeks ago. These are little $2 cross-stitch kits. For somebody wanting to learn how to cross-stitch, these are great. I know, Hobby Lobby's not our favorite, but this one's cherries. And this one's sunflowers. They have other ones there, but these are obviously my favorites. And the fabric is pre-printed with the pattern. You can see a little bit of it right there. So it's very easy to learn. So there you go. I finally remembered to bring my haul down here. Plans.
I got a question about the Olympics.
Yes.
Can I break the time of one prompt up between multiple projects?
Yes.
Okay, because I did not want to do, what was it, like 1300s for the, 1100s the first big one?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, that number of stitches has been intimidating me.
Oh, yes, you can break your,
500, 500, and whatever's left would be so much easier.
Yeah, oh yeah, you can definitely split it.
Because, yeah, that was scaring me.
I have one Olympic, what was it? Olympic number 4 was like 1,500 stitches, and I think I have it across all 3 whips. One of them twice.
Well, that makes it easier. I do plan on doing some stitching. I even know which one I want to stitch.
Okay.
I'm gonna make your card, and then we're both busy on Valentine's Day. We're actually gonna celebrate Valentine's Day working for the church. Who plans this stuff? I get why they did it, but still.
So traditionally, the church has always had their reverse raffle at Valentine's Day. You know, the Valentine's Day weekend. It just so happens that this year Valentine's Day falls on Saturday. And there need to be some things done differently next year.
Yeah, we're changing the time.
food time needs to be adjusted a little bit, and cutoff for ticket sales needs to be changed, because I'm standing in the store buying the food for Saturday, getting messages from the one secretary. We still have, we sold this many more tickets. We sold some more. We're up to this many tickets. I planned for extras, but
you know what I would do?
Mm.
I would make the person selling the tickets go to the store and buy you more food.
Well, she was getting frustrated. I was getting a little frustrated, and she's like, "This is just not fair to you. It's not really fair to me because I've spent all day doing this." I'm like,
Yeah, I think the weekend before's last mass on Sunday should be the cutoff.
I think cutoff should be Sunday at noon. You know, I can work with Monday. If they want to go into Monday, that's fine. I can go grocery shop. I can do the shopping on Tuesday. But there has to be a firm cutoff.
Yeah, because now it's just...
I'm pretty sure that there was supposed to be, and it was supposed to be on Sunday. But anyways. It is what it is.
Okay, so what are we doing this week?
It's Write Your Own week. So you get to pick a project, and as the week goes on, we'll make up prompts from there.
Oh, I want to come up with prompts now because that would be fun for me.
I don't have enough time for that, right? Okay.
I love how you think this is going to take me 10 seconds. Okay. Dressmaker's Daughter.
That's one of my yearlies. It is not eligible for the weekly.
And it needs to be marked off differently, I guess.
Sorry I haven't had time to make the list up differently.
Ew, lace corset.
Okay.
Do you not like that one?
No, I didn't say that.
And if you want to do the prompts over the week, we can.
I just need to get a piece of paper available.
Your poor notebook.
Yep. Okay. What are our prompts?
1. Stitch on a whip that doesn't exactly match the pattern.
Huh?
You had to fudge it because you couldn't figure out where that problem was. Also, I'm pretty sure that is not the called for floss.
No, it's not. Stitch on it with a mistake.
Oh, I think my brain just glitched out. So we are going to do this over the course of the week. Isn't that technically a monochromatic?
No.
No. It was.
No, it is not technically a monochromatic. I'm using one floss with multiple colors in it to stitch it, but...
Okay. Yeah, we'll come up with the prompts later in the week then.
Well, we can just stitch on a whip you've made changes to.
Yeah. Ooh, I got another one. Stitch on a prompt in your favorite color. Isn't it pink and purple?
Yes.
Here's another one just to be weird.
Okay.
Stitch on a whip your husband wants to see you in.
I'm not doing that.
I tried. Okay, stitch on a whip that would actually be impractical in real life. I don't think lace will make a very good corset.
Actually, people make corsets out of lace all the time.
But not that they still have other materials in there, right?
Nope.
How do you get the hoopfa out of lace?
Boning.
But then that's not purely out of that one doesn't have any boning in it. Never mind. It was just a thought.
Alright, we'll come up with the last two later. What are your plans?
I already said I was going to try to do my prompts.
Oh my gosh.
I think this is the part where we close out the video.
I think good gravy. Yes, this is the part where we close out the video. What do we want those people watching to do?
Please like, comment, subscribe, bell thingy, all the YouTube please like us stuff.
Thank you so much for watching and spending some time with us this week. We hope you enjoyed yourself. We hope you were entertained, and we hope to see you back next week.
Bye.
Bye.